this is Tia, one of the Real Estate Apostle, living my best life coach, and today is September 17th, 2020. If this is your first time at my channel, thank you for stopping by. Please know that my channel is dedicated to mindset and helping people to get financially free and be able to quit your job and live, and I want to coach you into living your best life now. Okay, this is day 49 of my 90-day challenge where I've dedicated 90 days to focus on this millionaire mindset, focusing on being an entrepreneur, and also cleansing myself of getting free from the brainwashing of, coming out of working for so many years. If you don't know that I quit my job, July 24th was my last day working in the ICU as a registered nurse during this COVID time. And I wanted to, I was tired of working and making somebody else rich and feeling like I was just working enough just to be able to pay the bills, to have enough money to get back to work, to pay the bills. Hoping to maybe take a vacation once a year. And then heaven forbid, if you do have a death or something in the family, having to beg and hope that you can get the time off to be able to go say your final goodbyes to your loved one. These are the kind of freedoms that you don't have when you are working for somebody, because if the company says that, you can only take a vacation once a year, and you only have so many days to or so many deaths or whatever to participate in, it could be kind of a bummer to be enslaved to working. You're feeling scared, you can't even take off because you're fearful of losing your job. But if you are an entrepreneur, these are things that you don't have to worry about. If you could make it through till you can change your mindset, because there's going to be it's going to come a part in time where you're going to get fearful because you've been programmed to receive wages. So trying to reprogram yourself to get used to generating commissions, for generating incomes and being an entrepreneur, it takes some practice, because after the first 2 weeks go by and there's no check, even if you've been meditating, you've been focusing, you know that you're gonna do this, there's still that little voice, or I'm sorry, yeah, the lower voice that'll be trying to get you to be fearful, telling you, like how scary it is that you ain't earning no money. There's all kind of little negative talk. So I want to tell you a few tips on what I did to stay positive. And also, I know I've been promising to, I made my first real estate offer today. And I did make a commitment that I was going to show how I got my real estate license and close my first transaction within 6 months. So October 7th would be the deadline for that transaction. And I'm happy to say that on September the 17th, I actually can check that goal off of my list there. So I'm gonna send you a few clips of the day and let you see what's been going on, so you can see where I'm at with my 90 days. So it's Tier 1 Real Estate Apostle, my best life coach, and you can see I've done my 30 again. I see all that sweat on me, and I'm gonna go get me a little breakfast smoothies because they were very delicious, and I didn't let y'all know that yesterday, but they are. Okay, so again, there's my 30. Good morning, good morning. I'm Tia, one of the Real Estate Apostle, my best life coach, and hopefully I've said it already and you've heard that, but I just love saying it because I have, I just feel like I've developed into this this whole thing. Anyway, so I made my first offer, and I've made come to fruition I manifested the first video that I did, as far as I started off on this real estate thing that I said I was gonna show you how I passed my real estate license exam and closed my first deal in 60 days. And I'm a little early, so I'm just excited because stuff is working. And stay tuned to the end of the video, and I'm gonna tell you how I did it. I'm gonna tell you how I got down by it. I hope you enjoyed those clips. They were very brief. I didn't really go too much off into my YouTube or my other things that I'm doing. I'm gonna focus more a little bit on real estate, since that's really how I started this channel. Hence the name Real Estate Apostle. And the Living My Best Life Coach was something that came about after I was trying to implement some other streams of income, so I wouldn't get fearful when it took 90 days to sell a house. So I'd like to say that's something very important to consider if you're going to quit your job, and for people that's just getting started off in real estate, because if you're used to making a check and then all of a sudden now you're working for commission, and the way real estate works, it's not like it's a job where you go to orientation, they show you how to do you're you are an independent contractor, so you're kind of responsible for generating your own income. So there's a lot of work that has to be done on your part. If you got to make the money, you've got to go out there and make sure you can complete these transactions so you can generate some income. So I've got 4 tips on what I did to be able to be successful and actually close, submit an offer. Let's see, what's that? It's about 5 months, into the game. So first thing I did, I started the pre-license class April the 7th. Right before it started, the pandemic happened and school was closed down. We had to do virtual learning. So I was a little bit worried in the beginning because I had never done a virtual school before. And I thought that I needed to be in class so I could, woohoo, teacher, I need help, to, do that. But anyway, the virtual class was great. I actually thought it was really good to do it. You have the instructor on the Zoom call, so you get an opportunity to see them. You can type your questions in the chat box. It was really good, but it's a difficult program to get through. So there's a lot of studying involved because there's lots of laws and lots of things that you need to understand, and it's critical thinking too. So after you complete your 60-hour course, you've got to take your state exam. I advise you to take your exam immediately after you pass your final in your real estate class. Passing the final is very difficult too, because a lot of schools will require you to have like an 85% pass rate before they would even submit you to take the your state exam, because the state for Alabama required a 70%, but our instructor required 85, because the state exam is so much harder that if they want to keep their pass rates up, they need to set the bar a little bit higher to ensure that, if you pass that, then you should definitely be able to pass the state exam. So take the test immediately afterwards. The other thing is to investigate and find out who you're going to ask to keep your license, which broker. You got to find a broker. Do your due diligence. I chose just like a young an independent, a small little company, not small little, but a small minority company. And I didn't know anybody who was into real estate, so I didn't have anything to compare different companies. I had heard bigger names, but I just went, there was a referral, so I chose that. The other thing that I did that I believe that helped to keep me successful was I started immediately to brand myself. You know, I went on and I got my LLC. I did all those things. I really promoted my social media. I built a Facebook business page. I grew my regular page to get fans, to where I started the YouTube channel with the goal of getting the 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, so I could generate another stream of income. So if the housing market ever got slow, since I was new and I didn't really know what that would look like as far as like selling houses, how long it would take, how many you would sell in a year, you know, I didn't know. I couldn't count on that. So I wanted to not feel scared or feel pressure like I'm trying to shove a house down somebody's throat, like, please buy a house, I gotta pay the rent. You know, I never wanted to be that type of salesperson. I always wanted to help people make transactions. So that's why I wanted to get these other streams of income, so money would be coming in and I wouldn't be like focused on one. That's why it's important, you know, they say this millionaire mindset that you should have you know, like 7 streams of income. I've actually heard different stories, but all of them have said at least 3 and up. So, and I know that that makes a difference with your mindset too, because when one stream isn't yielding any fruit, it is so easy for fear and worry to start getting in your ear, and the next thing you know, now you feel like you're giving up, or you get scared and you go run back to the plantation so you can get your job back. And you know, so it's not for the faint at heart to be an entrepreneur or to, you know, do the real estate full time. You've got to jump in there, make a commitment, and then it's a lot of hard work. You know, you've got to promote yourself, you got to motivate yourself. You know, everything is self done. Like you got to do it. So and that's what I did. I just did a lot of virtual tours, you know, in the beginning. I signed up with Zillow, that helped. And I was just very, I listened to what the buyers really wanted. And I spent a lot of time just driving around different neighborhoods trying to find, you know, I actively was actually searching and looking. So when I did, you know, find a good buyer that I was able to submit an offer with, I worked hard for it. So I believe that with hard work and effort, you too can, you know, you can achieve it. It's not that difficult. I feel good now. It seems like it's been forever. Like I kept seeing everybody in my my brokerage closing deals and getting accolades. Congratulations, sold another house, listed another house, you know, and I'm like, gosh, you know, I haven't gotten anything. But I just kept having to tell myself that, you know, it's a numbers game, that the more houses you show, eventually somebody's going to buy something. Eventually you're going to get a listing. So you just have to hang in there. And I have heard that, unfortunately, real estate has a high rate of dropout because of the money. Oh, that's the other thing too. The number one thing is to make sure that you're prepared for the expense, because there is an expense that's involved. Like, you know, it's you know, to pay for the school, and then after you finish school, all the licensings and key fee and fees and fees and fees and fees. So you should like have separated like about $5,000 just to the side for just real estate, you know. And then of course plan your money if you are going to quit your job, to make sure you got something coming in case it takes you. And then too, once you put the offer in, it still may take a while before that deal actually, you know, closes. So you got to make sure that you can eat. So be organized and everything with your finance. Make sure you're meditating and it's just the right thing for you to do. And I'm going to stop the video now because I'm going to run out of time. But anyway, I just wanted to put that out there. And this is all I got. Talk to y'all tomorrow.